Hello, and welcome to another episode of No Small Rolls, a D&D podcast where there are no small rolls, but plenty of big old sausages to swallow.
I walked into the wrong podcast.
I'm David Knight, your Dungeon Master, and I'm joined by these pork munchers. Say hi, everyone.
Hi. Thank you. It's fine if it's implied.
It's implied.
Still cleaning Juna's vomit off me.
Well, whilst we fondly relive the sausage fest, let's cue the theme tune.
You are just leaning into this.
Oh my gosh.
Prepare your party of players and polyhedral dice. Your tragic backstory better be worth the sacrifice. Seize your sheets and D20. Let's play D&D. Your haggard character swaggers with daggers in each hand. You've all discussed what you must, but even better laid plans. Take a turn when checks are missed.
Roll initiative. Brandish your blades. Don't fail your saves. No risk too great, no choice to roll. This is your story. No guts, no glory. Confront your fate with every roll. Every
rises inside, one who will pay the price. Their chance of success will rest upon the dice. No risk too great, no choice too bold. This is No Small Rolls.
So, arriving back in Drostad, you discovered that the ferry across the lake didn't arrive till the evening and cost 10 gold pieces per ticket. Whilst deciding what to do next, you all bought postcards from an artist on the dock and wandered into the Sticky Sausage Tavern for a drink. Inside, you discovered the start of a sausage eating contest, and everyone, apart from Gwendolyn, signed up, hoping to use the prize money toward the ferry tickets. Gaius was defeated in the first round, whilst Juna, Orin, and Enkidu gobbled their way to the final plate. Swallowing spicy sausages proved too challenging, however, and they all bowed out, with only a little vomiting. Gaius wandered away to sell the gold sheets he had stolen from Ferricine's workshop, claiming to the group that a generous passerby had gifted him money whilst busking. Meanwhile, the others learned about the Twain Tide Tea Tournament, a cross-country tavern crawl with a 500 gold piece prize. Realising it was on their way south anyway, they decided to head to Medravane to sign up, but not before spotting a poster asking for any information about Gwendolyn's whereabouts. They set off to the west to Medravane, following a well-trodden road. And that's where we pick it up.
Oh, look, the town.
I forgot about that.
See what I see.
So, you decided rather than to sort of avoid the roads, you're actually sticking to the roads to reach Medravane. Doing so actually takes you about 4 days of walking. So what are you all chatting about during the thing? The entire time there's nothing of danger occurs. But one night, Gaius forgets to play his pipe briefly, so Orin and Juna wake up, give him a little kick, and he plays it again. But apart from that, it's a very calm 4 days for the five of you.
At some point, Gwendolyn would like to clean the stinky teenage clothes that she is wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of, smell a bit better for the group, tidy herself up a little bit. She doesn't want to look too scruffy, but then she's also like, oh no, I need to be scruffy. So, she's just making sure that's going on.
Amazing. Yeah, there's a few little streams and things on the way, sort of little tributaries coming off of by this point, it's not even the lake, it's the river coming off of the lake. So yeah, sort of spend an evening dunking the clothes in, giving them a good clean, rubbing some soap into the sort of smellier bits.
Just trying to feel a bit more calm about things.
Nice.
And she's also looking at that dragon postcard that Juna acquired for her. And she's thinking about the poster a lot, and she thinks that she should probably try and warn Dwayne that people are looking for him as much as they are for Gwendolyn. Juna, I was wondering, would you be so kind as to send a message to Dwayne for me?
Of course. Yeah. What do you want to say?
Well, I've actually just noted it on the back of my postcard because you've got to keep to a certain word limit, yes?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So it's Gwendolyn through Juna. You are in danger. The DeBarge family think you kidnapped me. I'm a wanted woman. Heed this warning, Dwayne. Miss you. There you go. You can have it. It's written on the back just in case you forget.
So yeah, Juna casts message and reads the back of the postcard and sends the message to Dwayne.
Cast sending, is that?
Sorry, sending, yes.
Just checking. So I was going to say, message probably won't reach him, but sending, yeah.
She sends a message, it does nothing, and goes, oh, sorry, wrong spell.
In which case, Juna, this is what you hear back. Let me know if you can all hear this.
What? This was pre-prepared? We were just joking. Oh my gosh.
Slight preparation here. Juna, this is what you hear back.
Gwendolyn, darling. And Juna! Hello? Thanks for the warning, Gwenny. Gives me an idea. Stay safe, dearest. I agree. You are a wanted woman. Ding!
I love a little bit of Jeremy Cobb.
He is just...
You clever people.
This room just got hotter, I'm not going to lie.
No.
How can he be that charming in 25 words? It's so impressive.
Can he just read tweets?
So yeah, Gina, that's the message you hear back. And even with the little ding at the end, it's a very strange. It's not like he said the word ding. It's like you've seen his like a little wink and like his tooth like sparkling. You don't quite know how he's translated that into a word, but it's there.
So Juna regales the message at the end. She goes, wing ding, wing ding, winky, winky sparkle.
I understand. Good. I'm glad we've been able to warn him. That's great. Great.
He said he has an idea.
Oh,
What could that be?
I have no idea, but hopefully it's a good idea.
Would you like to send anything back to him?
No. I think just leave it as it is, and I'm just glad that I've warned him. And yes, I just.
Hopefully the tone came across in the regaling of the message, but it came across very, very much like he was very happy to hear from you, and a little bit from me, which was quite nice. I feel a bit less bad for shouting him down when it wasn't really his fault.
Yes. I think he understands. So
Yeah.
So he did sound kind of
Yeah.
happy and
Yeah.
great. Well, that's good. That is good to know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got the resources to send another message, I don't suppose you could check in with my father at some point during this journey and just check that he knows that Myra and Ferricine are on their way.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you want me to
Yes,
say anything particularly, or just...
just check that he got my message. Oh, and if he knows anything about the DeBarges being after me,
Yeah?
that would probably be good. I'm a bit nervous about it.
you want me to send it
you
now?
you say what you think is whenever you want. You don't even have to tell me that you've sent it or anything. I just leave it in your hands.
All right.
Yes.
So I think Juna spends the next sort of part of the journey thinking in her head, just sort of be walking along with Ruana, because she's an owl at the moment still, if I remember rightly. Just sort of going over in her head and sort of spitballing with Ruana what to do. Well, whatever. I'm gonna sit here and write a message now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I will try to come up with some kind of a response. So anybody else? Like I say, it's a sort of 3 nights on the road, basically, as you're winding backwards and forwards. Is there anything else that anybody wants to be doing? Any other conversations you want to be having? during this time?
Enkidu would like to send a message home by some means.
Oh.
Don't know who's the best person to ask. Maybe I'll ask Juna. Yeah, Enkidu will ask Juna.
Juna is like our post person.
If you just take a ticket and wait in the queue, I'll be right with you.
Yeah, I was in line. Get out of the way.
just to let you know, if I send one for Gwen and one for you, that's it till we've had a long rest.
All right. Well,
Which I'm happy to do.
Over 3 or 4 days, though.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so I can just sort of use it a bit more laissez-faire.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
Correct. Oh yeah, the more the merrier. I love it.
Juna, could you send for me as well? I've got some dice that some guy gave me. It's
Yeah.
really shifty dice.
I think Juna a little bit loves the sort of like, oh, I'm useful.
Yeah.
I've got a package that needs resending.
Another point during this journey, Gwendolyn probably would want like a moment that's a bit more chill, maybe where they're sat down and stuff. I don't know if this is something that is painful for me to bring up, Enkidu.
Mm.
But it's been a thought that's been in my mind. When the corridor filled up with energy,
Yes.
did it remind you of what we saw happen to the animals in the maze? Were you extracted in the same way, do you think?
What are you trying to ask here?
I suppose I'm wondering if they're using the same methods that they've been using on those poor creatures, but on people to create this new form of energy that it's been building up with by extracting wingthraps for all these years. And not only do they have their knowledge, but also their energy.
I'd say that's a possibility. You know, I don't remember that much. It happened very quickly. And, you know, the floor went out, the lights went out. I felt being sucked away. And then it was dark. And then Erida was there. So, yeah, my memory is not the most reliable thing to kind of draw a conclusion from here.
Of course, I'm sorry to make you relive it.
Oh, it's fine. As I said, it all happened very, very quickly. Yeah.
Guy just overhearing this will just perk up his pointed ears and ask Enkidu. Enkidu, can I ask you something about, what we witnessed in the maze with the animals?
Yeah.
And, the trappings and stuff. That seemed justified, right?
What?
That seemed justified, wasn't it? To, sacrifice these, meaningless little animals for, a greater good.
Insight check.
Go for it.
I just want to see if he's just trying to push my buttons just to see if I'm real. But, there's no way, in whatever way that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Go on. What'd you get?
Insight is intelligence or is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
It's a 7.
Okay. He's just curious.
What? No, of course it's not. I mean, think about it. What if what Gwendolyn is getting at is that what if what I am right now is possible because of sacrificing other beings, like animals, creating this energy so that the Wingthrops can have their army of whatever they've got under there to unleash upon the rest of the world? I don't think that's fair. And I think that's not fair either.
Insight.
Insight check, go on.
I'm going to insight check you, motherfucker.
Flower plucker.
Sorry, let me just try again. Retcon. I'm going to insight check you, mother plucker. Oh, that was over there.
Flower plucker.
Retcon. Now I'm going to insight you, flower plucker.
Ben is furiously scribbling notes like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no, I'm not scribbling about that.
Oh.
15.
15. I don't roll, do I? Do I roll?
Are you being
Or do I
deceptive or persuasive? Or?
No. No, I think you get a sense of like he's a bit confused at where this is going. He's a bit unsure.
Okay. I can't tell if he's earnestly meaning the words he says, or just that he's confused at my questioning.
Yeah, he's confused at the line of questioning. Like, guys, what are you getting at here?
I just want to know, if you were in Erida's shoes, would you do the same thing?
Absolutely not. No, of course not.
Insight check again.
Fine.
So I roll a 9 plus my insight.
I've got a new group name, the Insight Checkers.
Oh no.
15 again.
15. He's starting to get a little bit pissed off.
But do I believe the words he's saying? That's what I'm asking. Do I believe that he is?
I think,
believes
like,
this?
isn't that up to you? Because I can only tell you how much you're able to glean from his performance, right? If you insight check.
I'm trying to see whether he is like. I'm trying to sort of work out if what he's getting at is either angry at me, defensive, or is he actually disgusted at the idea of using these animals for another source.
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I should explain. I should ask the question of what I want to incite before I do that. I hate it when people do that. So I am trying to find out like what amount of disgust he is feeling about Erida's and the Wingthrop's whole operation, essentially.
Okay. Fine. Oh wow. Okay. Oh gosh. And with a 15, because that's such a wide question.
Do you think, like, for me, what is the overriding emotion that I see from that 15?
Yeah.
When I use the phrase "using these meaningless animals" justified?
Annoyance. He's very annoyed at this question.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to poke further. I was just curious about that.
Yeah.
No, I just thought that was interesting. Just, from all that we've seen, with all the brilliant inventions and things like that we've seen from our friends in the Wingthrop dynasty. I just didn't know if your thoughts had changed.
Right. And he's going to sit down and turn his back on Guy.
When Enkidu turns his back, Gwendolyn's going to punch Guy in the arm.
Ow, what?
Oh! And she just gives him a look like, stop being a dick.
Are we all there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't think Juna was, because me, Vicky, have been away. Juna's
having a nap.
and I'm so lost. So I don't
She's
think Juna's there.
foraging. She's,
Yeah.
Okay, Orange is then going to be like, we've still got the batteries. Those 2 batteries. We were thinking about releasing whatever's inside them.
That's right, yeah.
Maybe now's as good a moment as any.
Is there a way of like us not being around when they come out?
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of ideas. One, I think, Enkidu, you were thinking of flying up and dropping them or something, but maybe that's not a great idea.
No, in case it falls to its death.
Yeah, I could go invisible. I've got my invisibility refracting thing, and maybe I could open one up and release it, and hopefully it won't even know that I'm there.
Could that be a potentially very dangerous idea?
What? Being invisible or releasing the thing?
Releasing the elemental. They're not, once they're converted, they're not the innocent, well, they are innocent, but they're not as, they're much more dangerous than what we saw in the balls, I would assume.
They're still the same creatures, though.
Yeah,
like the things that have attacked us many times and caused us lots of damage.
Oh, well, no, that was from Myra messing around and like smashing a few of them together, I think.
Yeah.
Whoa, are we having a serious like Dr. Frankenstein moment here? Like, just because a thing lives, does it therefore have like a right to freedom and making its own destiny? What? Oh my gosh, we just stumbled into a deep conversation there.
I know. But what was taken from these creatures was the right to choose whatever they wanted to do with their lives. So I'm in favour of releasing them.
I'm definitely in favour of releasing them.
I suppose I'm just worried about other creatures, other people, if then we're then taking the right to choose from other creatures, because we're unleashing a potential predator upon them that they wouldn't normally have to encounter.
But I mean, they came from the wild to start with.
Hmm.
We're just putting them back.
Hmm.
That's good. I just wanted to raise it.
Yeah. I hear you.
But hopefully, like you say, it's only the more scary things that we've encountered are only when they mix. We can release them separately. Perhaps they'll release into the elements, like air into the air and fire become fire, and I don't know what types they are.
Oh, yeah. Juna, shall we have a quick look?
Yes, let's.
I can't quite remember what they were.
That one is. I got this. Yes, that one looks like it might be an air battery, and that one looks like it might be a fire battery.
Okay.
Should we start with air? Maybe that's...
Yeah. Maybe less volatile.
Maybe air's
Yeah.
safer. Yeah. I mean, shall I try making myself invisible, going a little way away?
I could also. I'm so desperate to use my new spell. I could also turn myself into a different animal and release them, and either run very fast or turn myself into something very big.
Okay.
Maybe like a T-Rex.
As long as it's got opposable thumbs to be able to open a battery, Juna.
I like the idea of like a rabbit trying to like whack a battery, whack a battery against a tree.
It's scrabbling against the...
Just be like trying to bite it and just do all these sort of things to try and get into
T-Rex holding it in one hand, like desperately trying to get the other hand to reach.
Damn these small, tiny hands.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just an idea.
Yeah. No, hey, you can turn yourself into a different beast.
Or Ruana could do it. I could, I think I have just about enough herbs to change her one more time. So I could turn her into...
Why are we using animals to open the battery?
Well, if they attack Ruana, she disappears, but I just need to find some more herbs to bring her back.
No, it's okay. I'd happily volunteer to open it myself.
Okay.
Orin's happy. I'm happy. I mean, if it's something you feel like you particularly want to do, Enkidu, we can protect you. It's just trying to. We don't know what's going to come out, and
I think the invisibility idea is a good idea, and it might be an animal thing might be useful, but the problem is you're still going to be in proximity. The fact is, if the elemental comes out, at least they won't see Orin.
Yeah.
Don't want to have a threat towards you, Juna.
Juna sort of sits a bit dejected. All right.
Oh.
I'll turn myself into an animal.
You can just turn yourself into an animal anyway.
Juna, I want to see you as a walrus so much. You have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
With that, she turns into a walrus.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes!
It's just like being back on the Woden Isles.
Oh my god.
Does she actually do that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've never seen one of these things before. Oh my gosh.
And Kidu's like, huh? What's happening?
I love that you're just like
really
camped at the side of the road, like
With a walrus.
sudden walrus. Somebody riding past on a horse being like, huh?
What are you looking at? Clear off.
Kind of reminds me of Colin DeBarge.
Burn.
From what you've told me, you haven't told us anything about him. I can't say that.
Yeah, we know nothing.
Does it give a really creepy wave like Colin?
Yeah. Yes, Juna does her best impression of Colin DeBarge as the walrus. Because she's met Colin.
It's all the whiskers
Cognitively,
and the...
can she do that with the mind of a walrus?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you're now 100% walrus, aren't you? You don't have
was gonna say,
Juna thoughts. You're a walrus now.
For flavour, can we do that?
Oh my gosh.
I'll never use it in combat.
Yeah, I mean, she's still aware of Juna's memories, but yeah, the process of trying to imitate Colin comes out more walrus than it does any kind of person.
Oh my gosh.
Is she in distress? What's going on?
I've not played this game before.
Is
Shred.
she stuck?
We should give her the battery and just see what happens. I'm now fully behind Juna's plan.
Pierce it with her tusk.
Let chaos reign.
After a few minutes, Juna looks a bit bored of being.
It's just a sad walrus.
Can you just stop being a polymorph on whim?
I think it just runs out, right?
Yeah, it's concentration. So as soon as she wants to drop concentration,
Oh, okay.
Then she drops concentration and she's.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, look, a town!
Oh, look, the sunrise. Oh, we have to rest now.
Oh, dear.
So am I doing this? What are we doing? I can...
Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
If you're happy to do it, Orin.
I'm happy to give it a go.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Kind of been looking for an excuse to test this.
Before he does, Juna does her minor illusion and has lots of candles around to sort of symbolise this is the beginning of trying to free the creatures and acknowledging that this is a symbol, not the entire thing.
Do we need to do it at a distance?
Okay. I'm gonna walk away a bit though. Lovely though the candles are.
The candles will follow you as far as they'll go.
Okay, awesome, lovely. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, Orin will go somewhere a reasonable distance away from the group.
Mm-hmm. What would you think is a reasonable distance away from the group, Ben?
Oh my god.
What are we near?
So
are we in a forest? Are we in a what?
Yeah, you're like sort of by the side of the road. There's not been a huge amount of trees and things, but there's like one or two dotted here and there across the fields. So like you've set up camp near one tree, but there's probably like some low bushes and things between you and another one.
Okay.
It's quite an open space, basically, so everyone can see you.
Open.
He's gonna die.
Gwendolyn wants to make sure she's in a position where she can see what's happening in case she needs to run in and help.
Yeah, and I'll say like it's probably like early evening.
Okay.
So like there's still sunlight, so everyone can see Orin as he wanders away.
Okay.
So how far away is Orin? I feel like a lot.
That's a good question.
Like got discussed there.
He's gonna go
100, 200 meters.
Yeah. He's
What's that in feet?
gonna go in feet. Yeah, he's gonna go.
Oh, I hate Imperial.
Welcome to D&D.
Before he turns invisible as well, June's going to give him some guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Just in case.
Yeah, no, he's not going to go invisible until he's sort of ready to go. So he's just walking away holding a battery at this point. The air elemental
Is
battery.
it an enclosure of trees? Is it open field?
It's quite open. So yeah, as he's walking away, there are a few trees dotted here and there, but there's enough space that everyone can see Orin.
Enkidu is going to go over to Guy, grab his arm, and cast Fly.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, up you get, come on. And
sorry,
he's gonna...
that guy isn't canon in this, like, world. Oh, Joshua, jeez.
Yeah, so Enkidu's going to keep watch over Orin, 60 feet above him.
It's the first time I've done this.
And he's purposely just going to let Gaius just try to figure it out himself. And like, yeah, you float over there.
His bum's, like, up, and he's like, I can't get an angle.
Just keep watch.
And Kido.
Gwendolyn's going to make sure she's 60 feet away from Orin, but like, because she can step at the wind and run.
To get in there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
June is going to stick by Gwen.
Yeah.
I think.
Orin's just going to shout up to Enkidu. You might not want to be directly overhead. This is an air elemental. It might go up.
Right.
Just to warn you.
Yeah. And he kind of just like hovers maybe 10, 15 feet back and just, yeah.
Guy will do like a swimming.
Remember, Baby David, we're the goodies here. We're doing really nice things.
I think what Orin's going to try and do is find like some trees or something that he can use as a little bit of cover to have something between the group and where he's going to open up the battery. So that although they're not super far away, because everyone seems to be following Orin, like as he walks away now.
We can basically see you as like a speck rather than like, you know what I mean?
How bad is Gaius's eyesight?
Yeah, I'm only 60 feet away apparently because you guys are just following me around.
I can't get a good angle.
Upside down, just like, oh, Orin's as small as an ant. Oh no, that's an ant.
Yeah, so I'll find a bit of tree or something that I can use as a bit of cover, and then as I get nearer that, I will power up my invisibility refracting device and I'll disappear. So you're just seeing
a floating battery.
I guess you're just seeing a battery walking along. And then I will put it down on the floor behind a tree. And then does it have like a way of opening it?
Yeah, so it's got connectors at both ends basically, but they're as you sort of inspect it a little bit, you can imagine that the top can be screwed open or unscrewed to release the energy.
Okay, I'm going to try and unscrew the top.
As you start sort of releasing it, realizing that it's loosening the connection between the two ends, you can see that the energy inside is getting a little bit more erratic. Sort of the smoke sort of billowing more, like bouncing itself backwards and forwards. And as you unscrew it a little bit more, some of that smoke starts seeping out of the top. What are you doing?
I will grip my teeth. Have we had a long rest since the sausage eating competition,
Yes,
by the way?
yeah.
Okay, lovely. I will grip my teeth and just keep on unscrewing Keeping it as far away from the rest of my body as I can while I do so.
As you sort of, again, the pressure inside the container gets less and less, this energy is getting more and more erratic, and you get probably about halfway through unscrewing it. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Okay. Yeah.
You have guidance.
Yeah, you got guidance.
Can you use that on saving throws?
I just realised he's taken both of the batteries.
No, he doesn't have the other one.
No.
you just take one? Oh, good.
Yeah.
No mixie.
I don't know if I can use guidance on saving throws. Oh, it's okay anyway. That's 19.
19? Oh, okay. In which case, yeah, as you unscrew it, you brace, because you're trying to do this quite carefully, quite slowly, you see a small crack run up the side of the glass cylinder. And in a flash of genius, we'll say, you throw it slightly away from you and leap backwards as this thing explodes. And you take 23 points of force damage as this smoke energy just ruptures out, throwing you backwards. And from everybody, obviously, from afar, you just see smoke blast out and then dissipate. For the two boys that are flying, there is a rush of wind above, like sort of placing yourself slightly away. There is a rush of wind that you feel.
Yeah.
But apart from this initial breeze backwards, there is nothing.
Oh, and you also see Orin pop into existence because I just failed my concentration check on staying invisible.
Oh no.
How bad does Orin look? Does he look like sort of hurt, but like he's going to be okay?
Yeah, he looks hurt, but he's going to be okay.
Cool.
Yeah. He's definitely gone like,
Gwendolyn runs straight to him to go and
Yeah, I'm going to be running straight to him.
Okay. I think it's gone. I assume there's just a cracked battery as they're on the floor.
Oh, there's shards of glass basically strewn across the dirt.
Orin's picking some shards of glass out of him as well.
The two metallic ends are completely buckled and cracked as well, completely unusable.
Let me just help with that. Okay, hold on tight.
Thanks.
That was wedged in.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds just because he looks hurt.
Thanks.
Can I do a perception check to see if anything actually escaped?
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, you were keeping an eye from above, so you probably had the best view of everybody. I'll say you can have that with advantage as well, because I assume Gaius is also keeping an eye.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
12. No, apart from the initial sort of smoke explosion, there hasn't been anything. There was the smallest swirl of wind, but it actually dissipated really quickly.
Oh gosh.
12 hit points, Orin. I cast it at second level just to be safe.
Amazing, thank you, Juna.
And you succided on the save. Oh my gosh.
That would have been nasty.
Yeah, that would have been nasty.
I failed.
Could have killed you. Oh
To be
no.
fair, that was a mid-sized container. That wasn't one of the little wand battery
Yeah.
ones.
That was a big battery. That was a car battery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Juna. I'm not sure I want to release another one today.
No.
I think that's a wise idea.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of a kick to it.
And especially with the other one being a fire energy, perhaps we need to do that near a big body of water to help douse the flames.
Yeah?
Or a volcano or something for it to go and live in. I don't know.
Gaius is just going to ask Enkidu, okay, Enkidu, do you will yourself to go in the direction, or do you have to, do I have to fart, or, what?
Akiri will turn to Gaius, almost answer him, and be like, hang on. And then he would just waggle his finger at him, and then just float down towards. Really just leave him there.
Revenge.
What a majestic jackass. He'll just, for the next 15 minutes, Guy is just going to be
10 minutes
doing his 10 minutes.
It doesn't last 15.
Guy's going to do 10 minutes of just swimming in midair to try and until eventually he finds some way of he still can't quite grasp it. Actually, screw it. Yep, no, he still can't quite grasp it. But he's edging his way closer to the tip of a tree, and that's what he's doing for 10 minutes.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
That is brilliant.
So you manage to just about hold on to a branch as you feel the magic fade away.
Whoa!
And you're left just dangling there.
Okay, I got this. And he'll spend the next bit just trying to climb down a tree.
Juna is ready to send the message, if that's all right with you, DM.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, so once you've all sort of gathered back together, have a sort of a brief awareness that this thing didn't necessarily sort of become a creature again, but at the same time, the energy did just dissipate. So there is some sense of like, well, at least it sort of rejoined the natural elements.
Like releasing its soul.
But it's yeah, unfortunately, yeah. On the upside, at least a dangerous elemental didn't come out.
Yeah.
I think we should probably all have a twain tide, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I think so.
Aggie?
A quick question. We're freeing these elementals from these batteries. Should we not be freeing the batteries from the wands as well? If this is what we're doing.
Well, potentially, yeah.
Hmm.
I was kind of hoping I might be able to figure out some other way of powering them. I don't really know what yet, but I don't know. There's got to be another way, I'm sure.
Yeah. If anyone can find out what it is, it's you.
Yeah. And I don't know how effective that was. I mean, I guess better out that battery than in, but maybe didn't quite have the effect that I was hoping it might. There.
Yeah.
No little air hedgehog crawling out of the battery, unfortunately.
Yeah. I want to try and experiment at some point with the wand after taking the battery out. I don't think it will work, but that's what an experiment is for, right?
Yeah. Well, Guy, I think you've got a whole load of wands that don't have batteries currently because they didn't sell them.
Yeah, I think so. As he's picking twigs and leaves out of his hair. Let me just check in my inventory here. I'm just having a little look in my equipment. Let's see, I got some ink. I got some lamp. Oh, that's nice.
I think they might be in the caddy, but I could be wrong, Juna.
Yeah, I need to double check. In the caddy, there's...
They certainly are in the caddy, but it was quite nice seeing what Guy's got.
There's 3 wands, and I don't know what they do. I can't remember. David, did I know what they did?
Didn't you say one of them turned things into a duck?
Oh, yeah. You said one turned things into a duck.
Oh my gosh.
One made people sing or something, was it? No, I can't remember.
One
They were
made you
weird
fall helplessly in love with you. That's the bullshit you said, but I don't.
Did I? Did I
Something
call
like that.
You came up with 3 loads of
did.
Wild
Yeah,
shit.
Guy made up 3 nonsense spells.
It's been
that the
such a
ones did.
tapestry I've built myself. I'm now in the... I'm deep in the
lie.
Guy
inception.
has forgotten what he lied.
What is truth, really, in this world? But, like, David, do I know what these wands are for?
No. They do have designs on them, I believe. But yeah, you don't necessarily know what those designs mean.
Okay. Yeah, that was to my best effect of understanding, the intricacies of wandcraft. Me being a wingthrup, I assumed that I had, deep knowledge of these things. But it seems like maybe my fellow wingthrupian could maybe have a bit of a better understanding of these things. Oren, what do you think? What do you think I'll pass him the 3 wands. What do you think these mean?
I can have a look. If I want a proper look, I'm going to have to... I didn't prep. I mean, I'd have to do it in the morning and looking over at Aggie, borrow some of Aggie's bits to do it.
Oh, no.
But I could in the morning, I reckon.
Okay.
Aggie honks.
Don't worry, Aggie, just make the tea.
It's like talking to a duck before Christmas. Or something.
Yeah. Ooh, that's fine. Yeah, I can have a look in the morning.
Okay.
But we could always do an experiment tonight if you want. I can take the battery out. This one. We've got the Dispel Magic wand, and we've got the Fairy Fire wand.
Yes, and any battery works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose we could just put a battery in and see what happens. That's the other thing.
The battery guarantees that the wand will work, right?
I think so. I think that's what we learnt in the wand room, didn't we? That any old battery will do. As long as it fits.
Yeah. Okay. The experiment I had in mind was, what if taking the battery out and inscribing the insignia that we saw on the prosthetic limbs in the workshop, and then using my energy to see if it invokes the spell?
Oh.
I really don't think it'll work, but it's something I thought we could try.
Just checking here, if we put an insignia of the Wingthrups on this, would it be like some sort of honing signal to Erida so she'd know where we work because we're using her technology?
That'd be my worry.
Well, it's an insignia, like a spell insignia, and the way that I would inscribe it would mean it would wear off in minutes or an hour. So, and besides, I'm pretty sure Erida has a way of finding out where we are at all times.
I mean, she might have a way of finding out where you are.
Yeah, and you're with me, so...
Okay. Yeah, we can try. Shall we try with one of these? Picks up one of the random 3 wands that guys got out of the caddy.
And Kido does a blind pick, and he picks the one in the middle of what Arian's got.
Oh, God. What's going to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Anything can happen.
This is like chaos. Let's try.
Let's try an experiment on a random one.
On a random thing.
Let's release energy. Let's experiment. Woo. Walrus.
So, Kido will find, like, I don't know, like a twig or something on the ground. He's going to cast 2 uses of prestidigitation using the top and bottom half of the insignia that he found in a warehouse onto the wand. Then he's going to point the wand at the stick and spend a spell slot to see if it activates something.
Okay.
How does magic work in this universe?
Yeah.
Invent the rules, David.
Invent the rules.
Let me go into my mind palace.
So, I mean, because your spell slots are 4th level now?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa, 4th level.
Big boy.
We... let's carve in sigils into wands. Woo.
Ben, you are such a lad.
So explain it to me again, Daryl, just so I've got it very clear.
So the sigil in the workshop, back in the workshop on the limbs.
Yeah.
When I did this before, I had to use.
You managed to move.
Like 2 objects that are bound by the sigil, one half on one part of the thing,
Absolutely.
and one of the other. But I put both halves on the wand, and I'm channeling my spell slot through the wand to see if I can activate the wand's effect.
Okay.
Nah.
Make an intelligence check. No, actually, I'll say because you're using sort of warlock energy as well. Make it a charisma check,
I'm sorry, that ability is locked for higher ranking family members.
just to see if, like, as you are casting this spell almost through the sigil to try and like power the wand. Yeah, whether or not you can make that full connection.
Ooh. That is a 19.
Yeah, nice. Ooh. In which case, as you are concentrating on this wand and sort of reaching into your patrons inside of you, you see that the sigil start to glow, and then there is a slight spiraling up through the designs on the wand to the end, and then they flash backwards. Sort of, they race up the wand, then they race down the wand, and you find this cerulean energy suddenly sort of shroud itself around you.
Oh, God.
Around Enkidu.
Around Enkidu.
What's that mean?
So that was the colour of the energy, that was the colour of everything in the codex
Yes.
room, wasn't it? Everything was cerulean in there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a backfiring fairy fire or hunter's mark.
Maybe she's got a firewall.
Anybody looking at Enkidu that wants to make an Arcana check?
I would
Yes, please.
definitely like to do that.
I would most definitely. Oh, am I still guided?
Yeah, you haven't used
I
it.
haven't used it.
I got a natural 20. Yours is much more impressive than me.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I got 21.
Hang on.
31.
20, no. Don't be silly.
109.
29. 29.
He said, "Don't be silly."
Silly with a
That's
31.
29.
65.
Shut up, Ben Galpin.
Shut up.
29.
Technically, I could make it 34. If I wanted to, I could make it 34. Don't make me make it 34.
How dare ya?
Arcana left on
Because I can Flash of Genius this if I have to.
Flash of genius.
34.
Go on, flash of genius. Go on.
Okay.
us a
I
clever
will
you
spend a Flash of Genius.
Abracalad.
I'm spending it.
Go on, lad.
He's
Come on,
spending
lad. Go on.
David, I rolled a 34.
Oh my gosh. Brilliant.
Africa lad.
I know, peer pressure. All right.
I've been peer pressured into wasting one of my features.
He rolled a 34 in peer pressure.
I want that on a t-shirt.
Abracalad is
Abracalad.
canon now, Chris. That was genius.
So
That was a flash of
explain to me
genius.
how each of you know what the Mage Armor spell looks like.
Damn, Daniel.
Grace here, keeping you updated with all things No Small Roles related. Hello there, dear crumpets, tea enthusiasts, and abracalads. We are getting all festive at NSR HQ this December, and we have been sharing a little advent calendar of sorts on our social media. So if you'd like to check that out, do head over to our Twitter and Instagram at No Small Roles, and if you want to find us on Facebook, just simply search No Small Roles. You can also get involved and have a bit more of a chat with us on Discord. All of these are places where you can post your questions for this month's No Small Questions. We will have Chris and Daryl in Superfan Sam's hot seat, ready to answer all your burning questions. So do feel free to drop those wherever you want to, so long as we can actually find them. Don't just write them on a piece of paper and put them up the chimney, because we're not Santa Claus. But on the social medias that I mentioned previously, we will get hold of those questions. I'm sure there will be quite a few after all the interesting moments we've been having on the show. As I said, we're getting pretty festive, and that is also happening in our real life lives. So if you would like to see the wonderful Ben Galpin as Ebenezer Scrooge in Open Bar's production of A Christmas Carol, then you should certainly go and check it out this December. It has been produced by the one and only Vicky Gaskin, co-producer of Open Bar Theatre Company, along with our wonderful fan and much loved Nikki Diss. Vicky has also been painting lots of the bits of the set. I saw some stuff today. It looks bloody brilliant. I have been doing costume, and David has arranged all the beautiful carols that you will hear in it. It's going to be amazing. Now, if you want something even more focused towards the young humans, aged 5 to 9, let's say, and adults with a sense of adventure, you can check out Vicky in Elf Factory with a theatre company called Hiccupy. This is going to be an aerial production. So if you want to go see Vicky up in the air, go check that out. I will be going to check it out myself, because it's going to be epic. So yeah. And if you want something definitely not for the kids, then do come and check me out in Moulin Rouge at the Vaults, Waterloo. We are running until the 23rd of January. So go see Elf Factory, go see A Christmas Carol during December, and then come check out Moulin Rouge in January. You're going to be sorted for all your theatre needs, both family friendly and pure filth. Huzzah! If you're feeling in a festive giving mood this December, then why not consider giving us the gift of a review on iTunes or Podchaser, or wherever you like to leave your podcast reviews. You can rate us, and if you haven't already, why not subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you still want to give after all of that, consider becoming one of our Patreons. You can join us live in the Zoom for No Small Questions this month. You can get access to all the amazing subclasses that David creates, the special music tracks, and this month you will be getting the first part of our Wodenar one-shot GM'd by the wonderful Ben Galpin. So there are lots of wonderful goodies to go and explore, and different tiers of subscription as well to fit your own personal needs. So do go check that out. And talking of Patreon, we have a new Patreon to shout out about. So big rolls and big love to Lego. Thank you so much for your support. We love you, and we send you many festive greetings. That's all from me for now. Let's get you back to the Fate Mark 5.
I think so. Okay, it's Mage Armor. I think Orin's seen Eliwick using Mage Armor. I reckon. I reckon she's cast that in the past. Maybe there was some particularly wild animals in the Woden Isles sometimes that were being farmed, and if she had to go in and do something to the animals, she'd cast Mage Armor on herself before going in.
Does this mean my AC is now 25?
No. So Mage Armor does work slightly differently. It replaces your what am I saying? I mean, to be fair, you are also wearing armor, so it kind of wouldn't.
It wouldn't stack.
It's your AC becomes 13 plus your dexterity modifier.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like, essentially, whichever is, I'll say it, that whichever is higher, either the mage armor or your actual armor is, like, what takes charge.
My armor.
But at least in, in visuals, you are still surrounded by this cerulean energy that is acting as armor. It's not quite, like, breastplate and sort of anything like that. It's almost like a sci-fi shield projected around you. And again, adding to that wingthrup design, it's sort of made up of little triangles that are sort of tessellated across your body.
Oh, I never saw Mage Armor like that with those triangles when I was in Splinter Falls.
Vicky.
There you go, David. That's how Juna knows.
That's how Juna knows.
Very good.
Yeah. Enkidu probably has never seen it used like this in the training halls back in at Mervai. So probably not seen it like this before. This is interesting. The experiment was a success. I don't...
Yeah.
I can...
Wow.
Yeah, jot down the process.
Mage Armor wand, and also
Yeah.
you could use your magic through the wand.
I wonder if it would have worked if I didn't put the sigil first inscribe the sigil onto the wand.
Try with another one.
Try with another wand.
It's you that is powering that wand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
You're
must be.
powering it.
Well, I am... I'm pooped. I cannot do that again.
Do you want to try?
Oh, here they go, yeah.
Sure.
Go on, grab another wand.
Do you want the sigil on the wand? I can still do that.
Maybe we try without.
Yeah, try without. Like, Enkidu hands the wand to Juna.
Let's try another wand.
Oh, we could try another wand.
Yeah?
It's up to you, Juna.
Which one do you want?
So, but it without the sigil, presumably is just the wand that we've been carrying around. Yes?
Well, we've got two other wands that we've not put a sigil on.
Yeah.
That don't have batteries in
But
yet.
I think Enkidu should put the sigil on.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can point it at something and see if it works, but
See,
there's nothing to power it at the moment.
What, a spell slot?
Oh!
I bet it's a 4th level spell slot.
What's the spell slot?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even remember.
Exactly.
Right, I see. Suddenly, I wish that I had not used my one and only 4th level spell slot to turn into a walrus.
Oh my gosh. Are you looking for people who can do like 4th level spells?
What's everyone talking about?
Because I got a bit of juice in the tank.
Go on, Guy, juice it up.
Gaius, if you, yeah.
Guy, I mean, you bought the wands after all. You paid for them, so...
I did with hard-earned cash. I had a receipt here somewhere, but I can't remember where I put it. Anyway, okay, so remind me, Enkidu, what am I supposed to do here?
Channel your energy into the wand, just like you are casting a normal spell. But it's up to you whether you want me to inscribe the sigil onto the wand first, or whether you just want to try casting the spell, whatever it is.
Let's do both. Let's do one without insignia and one with.
Yeah, good experiment.
Let's try without first, maybe.
That's a fair test.
Okay, I will pick the second gnarliest looking wand, and then I will try and channel my inner energy, my chi, my mojo. Mojo, baby. And he's gonna tense, he's gonna think, he'll drift off a little bit, and suddenly he'll start like humming a song that he likes, and then he will like try and like focus on the wand and see what happens.
What level spell slot are you gonna try and channel into the wand?
I'm hoping we're not gonna have a fight today, and I will cast. Oh, it was a 4th that you wanted, right?
I mean, I use the 4th because I can only cast 4th level.
I'll use. Oh, I see. I'll use a 3rd just for the lols.
Yeah. Just for the lols.
And as you are focusing your mojo, your musical energy into this wand, you feel the magic pass out of you, but nothing happens.
It's okay. I haven't lost my mojo, baby.
So either that wasn't a high enough amount of energy that you're putting into there, or it needs the carving.
Yeah.
All right, try the insignia. I'm going to try the same thing again. And if that still doesn't work, I'll try one more extra oomph.
Sure. Akili will pass his hand over the wand twice and cast Prestidigitation twice to get both halves of the sigil onto the wand and then step back from Gaius.
Okay, I got this. And he cracks his neck. Does the same thing again.
Akili folds his arms.
Like a little crease occurs between his brow as he focuses extra hard. He'll do the same level again, level 3.
And this time, as you're focusing, the sigil lights up. And then out of the end of the wand, it almost shoots like a small funnel that just then dissipates.
Oh.
Can we Arcana check it to see if any of us know?
Yeah.
Or is it as if the magic doesn't quite make it out, or that it does?
No, sort of.
Or
Yeah,
didn't find something to land on.
Yeah. You can make an Arcana check.
Oh, natural 1.
12 minus 1.
I got a 12.
19.
Only a 19, Ben.
Orin.
No, sorry, not natural 20. Not natural 20.
Not natural 20.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, not natural 20.
Don't make me make it a 25.
Abracalad.
Lads.
Spellbook.
Abracalad. Yeah, so
That's just
that's
Ben's
definitely
name
Orin's.
now.
Well, yeah.
Orin's name.
Abracalad.
Orin's superhero name.
Abracalads for days, mate.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so as everybody else, it happened so fast, actually, that everyone's not quite sure whether or not it worked or not. But Orin, you realise that is an absorb elements spell.
Ooh.
That is a very quick reaction, catch something to store it, and power more damage later.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that something like that used before. Yeah, it kind of grabs a bit of energy and then you can kind of fling it back in someone's face a little bit.
Whoa, where did you see that before?
Good
When he
question.
was a lad in the woe denial.
Let me just see, because I think that might be a spell that Orin can learn. Absorb elements. What level is it, David? Sorry.
It's the first level spell.
It's a spell that Orin can learn.
I was on a night out in Magaluf with my lads. We absorbed all kind of elements.
I know. I saw a little I just had an idea actually in a something I was reading once about a spell that works a bit like that, and I just had this thought for this little machine that maybe could do something similar, like kind of absorb a little bit, almost into I don't know, into something, and then just sort of burst it back. I don't know. It was an idea I had once, and I've not seen it in use, but
whoa,
yeah,
that's cool. I mean, okay, if we want to experiment the last one, I could do one more thing on that level in terms of my concentration. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to get a bit of a headache here, but I could give it a go if we want to.
What about going a bit lower?
Would you like me to try it? I can.
Yeah, go on then, Juna.
Yeah, should I try it lower and see, and then I can do it higher if it doesn't
How
work?
low can you go?
I can go very low. Juna tries to do the limbo, but her back can't really handle it.
Oh,
No.
Oh, careful, Juna.
Yeah, so she picks up the third wand. Would you mind?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
2 casts of Prestidigitation, and he'll step back.
And yeah, Juna's gonna point it at the stick that Enkidu used, and yeah, try with a second level spell slot.
Yeah, so as you're focusing your magic into this wand, the sigil glows, the wand glows, a nice cerulean sort of glow, and then it stops.
Should I try it with a bit more juice?
yeah, maybe pump a bit more in.
Give it some mojo.
We're doing this. Kral's going to turn up at the end of this episode, isn't he?
I'm back.
And a horde of undead deer suddenly.
I know. And all my spell slots
Juna
are
does
gone.
it again with a bit more oomph with a third level spell slot.
And again, sort of it's slightly quicker this time. The sigil glows. The wand suddenly glows. All of the little patterns down it glow, a nice bluish energy, and then it stops.
Okay, should we try with a battery? I can take it out of the Dispel Magic Wand if we need.
Or Or is it that I have no connection to the Wingthrups? That means that I can't use it, maybe.
No, I think the spell happened, but maybe it needed a bit more oomph. I don't know.
Or can I, like, do we know if a spell happened, like, at all?
I mean, the wand activated in the same way that the others did, but you just don't know what it did. It just seemed to glow and then stop.
We have no idea whether something has happened that we're unaware of or not.
We just summoned 2 demi-gorgons
Yeah.
from,
No, right.
like...
Literally that.
Yeah.
And we have just
Summon
blitzed
undead.
through all of our spell slots.
What if Gaius tried to do the same thing you just did, Juna? And then we'd know if it was the Wingthrup connection or not, or whether it just wasn't a high enough amount of oomph.
Yeah, if you're happy to.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of back-bending, limbering up, just like what Juna was doing. just for extra effort. Okay, here we go. And he's just going to tap his foot. Then tap the other one. Tap the other one. And again, and again, and again. And he starts sort of doing like a sort of a tap dance. Sort of and he gets into that rhythm. He thinks about the rhythm, and he starts doing like a bum, 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 like a Billy Elliot sort of like starting to like whack around things with a certain rhythm. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 and starts slapping away at the trees, and then suddenly like turns around, does a spin, and points it at a trunk and focuses all of his magic and energy on it.
What level spell slot are you using?
4.
Whoa.
Yeah, even faster than the level 3 that Juna used. Like the sigil glows, the wand glows, and then it stops glowing.
Can we do like an Arcana check or something to see if
I'd say you just wouldn't know what is happening, unfortunately. Even with an Arcana check.
Okay, maybe we try this again in the morning.
Have we gone into tomorrow?
Oh my
Gosh.
It's 3 years from now.
No.
We've done it 3 times.
We just don't know.
We've summoned Crowl 3 times.
Orin, can I take the kind of abjuration wand back?
Which one?
The first one.
The Mage Armor one?
Mage Armor. We can say Mage Armor, right? We know what Mage Armor is, the spell.
I said what it was.
Fine, good. Good.
Yeah, that's
sure,
absolutely fine.
Sure. Gwendolyn, do you mind seeing if you can try this? I don't think it will work, but just to rule some things out.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
Try to cast the spell.
I don't have any magical ability.
None whatsoever.
Apart from with the battery in this thing.
Well, if it doesn't work, then we learn something anyway. So there's no pressure for you to produce some kind of miracle. I just want to understand it a bit more.
Sure. Okay. I'll give it a go.
I have to recast prestidigitation because it's been more than 5 times. But yeah.
Gwendolyn, just think abracalad.
Okay.
Just like what Orin says
Abracalad.
every time he does something.
Gwendolyn holds the wand as though she's trying to use her fairy fire wand, and she thinks, abracalad, and sees if anything happens.
Like you mean it.
No, nothing happens, unfortunately.
Aww.
Gwendolyn, you look very impressive. It's a very good swish.
Thank you.
But unfortunately, yeah, there doesn't seem to be any glow coming from this one.
This one's broken. Or
Oh, yeah. No, defo.
yeah, definitely. No, it's fine. I'm good at punching things, but glad to try.
Now I have more
think
questions than before.
Well, I think I can have a look at this one in the morning, as I say.
Sure.
It's over at Aggie.
Honk.
Yeah,
Juna would like to get sending this message, please.
of course.
Oh,
Which
yeah. You said half an hour ago.
I was going to
Gosh,
say,
yeah.
with the ones. Yeah.
Spent all your spell slots.
Yeah,
Have
as
you got any
everybody.
spell slots left?
I've saved one specially. So she sends
Yeah, who are you sending to again? Sorry.
to Gwen's dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
She sends, "How are you? Gwen sends love. She's safe. Did you get her message? 2 girls coming to you really need sanctuary. Good with tech too.
Good message.
Thanks. 4 drafts.
Worth it.
So yeah, first of all, you feel the message send out, and unlike when you were in the workshop, the Wingthrop workshop, you feel the connection sort of establish. You can't quite. It's odd when you're sort of sending this out. You're not always aware of the exact direction that you're sending it, but for some bizarre reason, you feel like the energy that comes back is from Pryden. Whether or not that's just sort of a representation of Sealamund or something else, you just get the sense that there's a strong, like, home sense in that. But then you hear his voice, and he says, Juna, you're with Deli. Got her message across ceiling.
Oops.
He was in bed.
Appeased Debarges by implying she was not in right mind. Give her a squidge and a kiss.
Oh. Oh. That's so wholesome.
Juna obviously says that.
I was expecting, get your ass back home.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, that would be from Kasula.
Skip out on your wedding. Shame my family.
I'm glad he said that. I was suddenly reading it. I was like, I feel like in all the redrafts, I lost the thread of exactly what Gwen was asking in the first
Obviously,
place.
because he'd received her message, her rather long message, and then yours, yeah, he
Cool, good.
sort of was like picking up on something that she'd mentioned, basically.
She gives her a squidge and all of that. Is there anything else, Gwen, that you'd like me to ask or know, or?
No, I think that makes sense. I'm glad to hear from him and that he would still send me a squidge. That's nice.
It feels like he's looking out for you and not sort of turning his back on you in any way. I think.
Yes.
I don't trust these Debarges.
No, I can understand why they had to try and appease them. I mean, it's probably put them in quite a bit of bother and must have been a really awkward situation. So I think I understand. I just don't want to bump into them myself, really.
No, me neither.
You should probably start calling me Kahilda more often. Once we start, meeting other people, you don't want anybody overhearing.
Shall we call you it completely from now on?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Get in the habit of it. Yes.
The message appeared on the ceiling.
Message
Weird.
appeared on the scene.
I think, yes, it was bedtime.
Oh, that's good to know. You never know where these notes are going to end up, it seems.
I kind of love the image that he maybe had to get a ladder to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Swanky bedroom.
High ceilings at the Rose House.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it didn't appear massive. It just appeared like letter size on the ceiling.
Oh, God, yeah. In my head, it, gets bigger, but...
Yeah, if you're looking at a mountain, it's like 400 foot tall letters on my mountain.
Gwendolyn has, a little happy tear roll out of her eye.
Oh.
Thank you, Juna.
Any time. Juna takes herself off and sends another message. This time using her final sending that she can do until a long rest. She sends a message to Ginger saying, "How are you? Feel this is my destiny. No idea which petal I am. Discovered massive golem wingthrup army. Not sure who to trust."
And again, sort of, you reach out and you get the, it's a very comforting energy that comes back from Ginger, and it's almost like she sort of put a hand on your shoulder. She's not quite whispering in your ear, but it feels that close. But you hear her voice, and she says,
"You are the petal you are. Your destiny will bring balance to all, regardless of any morality. Golems sound fun. Trust yourself."
and that's it. And then sort of the energy fades away again.
Further along in the journey, don't need to do it tonight, but I've also got something I want to address with the group.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's been quite an eventful evening already.
Yeah.
Quite a lot, yeah.
Gotta spread it out.
We've had a walrus, we've freed an elemental.
Shall we all just go to bed now
Yeah.
and just rest up?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
rest up.
so the following
Because
day...
Enkidu, I know I've got stuff that I need to send for you, I know as well.
That's okay, Miss Septhorn.
I hadn't forgotten.
It's fine. I don't think it would work anyway, as I don't think you know the person I need to send the message to.
Well, we can give it a jolly good go, can't we?
Okay. Okay. Give us that, yeah, sure. Right.
Yeah, so the following day, sort of, you carry on the walk, and again, the weather's quite nice. The further you get from sort of the centre of the lake, the less that sort of watery, musty smell is everywhere, and there's more sort of natural, grassier smells wafting on the breeze.
I love the smell of grass in the morning.
But yeah, so is there anything else anybody wants to chat with before you reach your destination?
The next morning, Aggie is not with the party.
Oh, Aggie.
There is just a teapot strung around Orin's bag. And he is going to take the pearl that he uses for Aggie most of the time and fiddle around with his goggles for a bit and cast Identify, if he may, and on the third wand, the one that we can't figure out.
Well done.
Yeah, as you sort of focus in with your goggles with the pearl, sort of like passing its energy through them, you again start seeing almost like your own designs and notes and things coming off of this wand, and you realize that it is a wand of lesser restoration. Which would explain why it wasn't doing anything, because
There was no
it
one who
essentially,
needed it.
exactly, it can cure blindness, deafness, paralysis, or poison, but none of those things were affecting anybody, so it was just sort of glowing and going, and stopping.
Brilliant.
Well, I don't know about anyone else, but I am massively relieved.
Yeah. Not harmful, helpful. Yeah, that could
Right?
come in handy,
Yeah.
actually, that one.
Good to know.
And Kidu, that was a great experiment. Thank you.
No, it's
And
been on my
what would
mind for a while.
What would you like me to send, and who would you like me to try and send it to?
Well, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but do you not need to know the identity of the person so you can send the message?
Yeah, that I am familiar.
Then it won't work because you don't know who it is.
Can anybody can
Yeah,
you change how you look to look like them or anything?
I can't.
Can you describe them? Can get Orin to draw it?
Oh, I can
I can
ask
try and
Oren
draw
to use the pen. Yeah, the
Could
paper.
Orin write a note?
Yeah, you can use the book if you want. You're welcome
Is
to
that
borrow it.
okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, sure.
I think I've got 16 pages left in it. I might have got 17 pages left. I've been bad at keeping track.
I think you've got
There's at
17.
least 16 pages.
I think you've got.
Is it 17, Grace?
I think so.
I had 17, and then I couldn't remember if I'd taken one off last time for the use that Juna
We
did.
sent a message to what's his face,
sent-
Heron.
Yeah.
I've sent one to
Heron.
my dad,
Yeah.
and I don't actually know who the third one was.
Okay, cool. So 17. So yeah. It's got lots of pages left, then, Kidu.
Okay, sure. Thank you. And he's gonna hunker down with a pen, and he'll start writing, and it will say, "Dearest Scarpus, it's been the longest time. Apologies for lack of contact. Too dangerous. I'm hoping yourselves and the children are well. Love, Kai, and the rest." And that's it.
As soon as you decide that you've finished the note, the page fizzles up, the ink disappears, and you're just left with like a little burnt crumble of page.
Orin, is that how that works? Does it do that? Is that normal?
Oh, yeah. No, don't worry. You haven't broken it. It's fine. It's meant to do that.
Okay, right.
It might have appeared on a ceiling somewhere. I don't know. I haven't quite got my head around that yet. That still seems to be a work in progress.
Do we know what you've done, Enkidu, or have you done this in private?
I mean, it's not been private. He's kind of just done it as we've gone, and he shuts the book and hands it back to Orin. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Who, if you don't mind me asking, who's your message for, or would you rather not say?
No, it's okay. Well, the person I sent it to, very kind woman back in Dram, kind of like a grandmother to all the orphan children. She had a penchant for taking in strays, as it were. Whenever a child was hungry or lost, they were always welcome to visit upon Scarpus, and she'd sit and weave them a sweater, a jumper, or shirt, a bowl of stew, and a story. And Gilgamesh introduced me to Scarpus. He took me by the hand one day and said, "Oh, right, you should listen to this lady. She has so many stories to tell." And time and again, I'd find myself back there. Light as well. Before Light could communicate with us verbally, whenever they were having a bad day or they'd go missing, I usually found them back at Scarpus's place, listening to one of her stories. You know, she reminds me a lot of you, Miss Thorne.
She sounds great.
She's the greatest.
I'm honoured you would say that. Thank you, Enkidu.
She's like, if I were to imagine I was to have a grandmother, I imagine it would be her. Out of all of her stories, the one in particular, it's changed a lot for me. The first time I saw Scarpus, she was telling this story about an ancient king from, I cannot remember, back in the day. A king so popular and powerful that the gods were jealous of his popularity. So they created a man from clay in the earth, a wild man, a man of great power, to battle this popular king and keep him in check, and so they were told. The wild man wandered the earth until he found the king and engaged in vicious battle. However, instead of killing him, the king and the man became friends. They recognized the great strength in each other, and instead of fulfilling his mission ordained by the gods, he became his steadfast and most loyal friend. The king and the man went on many adventures, slew vicious beasts, enriched the town, the city, and the kingdom of the king for many a years to come. The man had knowledge gained from his creation of the gods, and the king used that knowledge to enrich his people for a long time. Now here's the thing, the king's name was Gilgamesh, and the man created by the gods to destroy this king initially was called Enkidu. I think that's where Gilgamesh got my name from. And his.
The man to kill the king?
Yeah, that's how the story goes. Enkidu was created to kill Gilgamesh, but instead they became friends.
Like they balanced each other out almost.
Yeah.
And brought the best out in each other.
Yeah, they did.
Enkidu, that is a beautiful story.
Oh yeah. There were so many adventures they went on. I ate them up, listened to them all.
Not surprised. Would you mind, Enkidu, if I held on to that story in my heart?
Of course.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
And Enkidu nods, and it feels a bit lighter having to share that bit of home. Though I don't know if Scarpus is still with us. I haven't been home in many years. She was quite old. But I'd like to hope she's still there, looking after the children.
Old ladies can be tough broads. I'm sure she's where you left her, telling more stories. Hopefully one day you can take us to her and we'll meet her ourselves.
That would be wonderful.
It would.
Yeah.
She sounds kind.
Yeah.
And then Kidu looks at Guy and he just nods, tips his head back in a nod, she is.
Aww.
Oh, look, the path.
We're off to see the town.
There's one more thing that I'd like to do, but I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to do it, DM.
Okay.
Or if there's a check I need to make to see if I could do this. I would quite like to... The message that Ginger just sent to Juna has kind of hit home quite hard. What she would like to try and do is tattoo it onto her body using some sort of juice and needles and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
That sounds like it's going to get infected.
Juna dies.
Juna dies. Yeah.
Of sepsis.
Juna gets gangrene.
Hey, lads, let's get a tattoo. Yeah.
Oi, lads, I got a great idea.
What's that, mate?
Why don't we all get matching tattoos?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Juna has tattooed herself before, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. She's had other people do some of the more intricate designs, but I can imagine that she's filled some of the space herself anyway.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily a new idea for her.
I have a question, if I may interject for a moment on this.
You can.
Juna, are you telling us that you're trying to do this?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing as tattooing tools? Because I'm wondering if I can right tool for the job.
Yeah, the specific types of needles and things like that. Definitely. It's a type of artisan's tool, I would say.
Yeah. So if you say that, I will say, Juna, I could try and fashion something for you next time we have a sit down.
Oh, yeah. And if anyone else wants a tattoo, I could do you.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
I'm warning you, though, once you start, it's quite hard to stop.
Oh my gosh.
I sort of, yeah, I don't know. Orin looks down at his sort of mark on his arm. He's like, I think that's enough for now, probably.
Fair enough, each to their own.
I'd like a tattoo of my mom's name. That'd be kind of cool.
Silence.
I know, right? Insight check.
I was like, it's just arts. This is like this is like really is abracalad, isn't it?
Abracalad, yeah. This episode.
Let's get matching tattoos.
Let's drink some fish bowls and then we'll see. I found this really disturbing blue liquid. Let's go for it.
Let's all have a straw.
Yeah, I'll tattoo your mum's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Sounds like a good tribute, guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Juna messages to the other three, and then we'll know for sure, right? That's right.
Oh,
good point. Yeah.
Just walking around with a fake name tattooed on his arm.
Just going deeper into the lie.
I would not put that past Guy.
He commits to the lie so much. He's so in it.
Maybe tattoo what the 3 fake ones were that you made up as well. So,
It's like memento for all of the lies he's told.
Yeah, memento.
It's on my back, and actually it's just like, don't believe this guy.
The mirror's about you in the future.
Yes. Don't believe
Do
him.
not trust.
Do not trust. Oh no.
So I'll say that amongst you, because you've got some inks and things, more for writing, but they can be used for basic, like sort of black tattoos. But if you wanted to find any colours, you'd have to do a little survival check to find petals and berries and things to try and make a bit of a dye. And so yeah, it's entirely whether or not you want to look for any colours.
Guy, would you like any colours?
Yeah, go for it. Let's go for blue. That's my mom's favourite colour.
Yeah, shall I do a survival check or does anyone else?
Yeah, do a survival check.
Well, you go for it.
14, maybe with advantage.
No, I'll say 14's enough. 14's enough. Yeah, as you're sort of moving through the wilderness, you find sort of some collection of almost like lavender type flowers, a few sort of berries.
I'm definitely going to keep hold of some lavender because that is herbs.
That is herbs. Yeah,
it's 1 bronze worth of herbs.
It's not a lot, but yeah. So you sort of gather enough different materials that you think, you can mulch these down with a bit of water. Sort of dry them out, soak them in a little bit. I don't know how ink is made. I'm assuming my ink making skills are probably as high as my smelting.
Cool.
But yeah, you find enough natural materials that you feel like you can make a full word out of the ink.
I'd quite like to find some orange colour as well, if I need to make a different check.
Yeah, make a different check for that. That might be slightly trickier.
13.
No, I'll say you find some sort of yellow flowers and things, but
yellow will do.
Not quite the strong orange you want, but yeah, sort of shades of yellow, basically.
Close enough.
So yeah, you settle down sort of that evening, Orin, having prepared some tools for you, a set of needles. I'm almost imagining them as like quite rudimentary, like just sharp needles that you like.
Orin's not too sure what tattoo tools would be, I think, so he's kind of guesstimated a bit what might be
something
useful.
To puncture the skin and leave in some ink in there, but in a fairly safe way. They're sterile, at least.
Great.
You know that.
Yeah, he goes over them with the blowtorch to make sure that they're like completely.
So Juna just sort of starts like almost like a band around the edge of where her tattoos go up to. She writes the message that she got from Ginger to sort of remind her sort of true north, I guess.
Even the golems sound fun.
Especially the golems sound fun. I think Juna hears that and is like, oh, maybe I'm taking things a bit too seriously recently. Good luck, guys. And then as long as that's all gone well, she taps up Guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gaius, how do you feel having watched Juna just get to work on her own arm?
I feel pretty good. I actually like at first, like there's a lot of like he looks through his fingers, but actually like it's weird, but actually the sort of passion and the interest and the love that goes into this. He can clearly see through Juna's face and how she carefully goes this. He sees it as an act of like love and commitment. And he's like, oh yeah, that feels right. That looks really, really cool. That looks really cool. And he's like admiring it for a really long time. So he's committing, it seems.
Yeah, so once sort of Juna's done and ready, where would you like your tattoo, and what does it say?
It's funny really, I started thinking and then it turns out it's longer than I was expecting. But I want a similar thing to Juna, and that it goes around the biceps, sort of like a chain of words that are interconnected and weaved. So there's no spaces, but the letters are locked together. And it's just a short little phrase, little paragraph, which starts with, doubt the stars of fire, doubt that the sun doth move, doubt that truth be a liar, but never doubt I loved my mom. Are ya?
Aww.
Yeah. And as Juna sort of gets to work marking that onto your arm, that's where we'll end the episode.
I recognise that quote. It's William Beershakes, isn't it?
It is indeed.
I am going to have a request for a tattoo as well next episode.
Hell yeah. Nuts. We've got the episode title, guys.
Yeah.
We've got
Abracalads.
Abracalads.
Is that our group name?
Oh my god, it is!
Abracalads.
Is that too? That's too silly.
No, we can't be the
Big Bang 5 is a lot more dramatic.
For abracalads.
Abracalads. That's just what we are now. We're just
I
abracalads.
imagine when...
What's the six of us?
Could it be like abracalate because we collaborate?
Oh!
That's just if somebody's not on time to record in.
There we go. Hey.
I have a vision of the
abracalate.
future of us
Abracalate.
in a pub, getting drunk, and just every now and then being like, abracalads!
That's going to happen. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You have been listening to David Knight as your Dungeon Master, Ben Galpin as Orin, Chris Watts as Gaius, Daryl Bailey as Enkidu, Grace Kelly Miller as Gwendolyn, and Vicky Gaskin as Juna. Original music by David Knight. Please tell your friends, subscribe and follow us on all social media. Thank you.